At Christmas Carnival, speaking to Martin Bailey from the Hornbeam Hedgehog Sanctuary. How are you doing, Martin?
Good, thanks, Amy.
How are you enjoying the Christmas cheer?
I am indeed, yeah. It's a shame it's not snowing, but yeah, the weather's held out for us, so it's been quite good.
Give the Christmassy vibe with the snow, obviously.
Correct, yeah.
So you have a stall at the carnival?
We do, yeah. So we're Hornbeam Hedgehog Sanctuary. We've got a charity stall. It's on Church Lane, I think it is. And we're selling lots of craft knit items that lots of very kind ladies have made for us, so 100% of the proceeds go towards the charity. There's also my mother, who's at the stall today. She's helping out. And they're giving out leaflets to people just to show them what they can do to gardens to make them hedgehog friendly, and also to spread awareness of the charity itself.
Oh, amazing. So what does the charity do exactly?
So primarily we rescue hedgehogs. So we rescue injured wild hedgehogs locally to Harpenden, Wheathampton, Kimpton, but we also receive hedgehogs from further afield, Milton Keynes, sometimes London, St Albans, Hemel Hempstead. Depending on the time of the year, some of the hedgehogs are injured, so they have injured legs. Sometimes they're emaciated or dehydrated, so if it's summertime, often they'll get dehydrated hedgehogs. And then this time of the year, we're receiving hedgehogs that are underweight, so they're juvenile hedgehogs, late-born hedgehogs. And those hedgehogs require a certain weight to survive hibernation. So we look after them, we overwinter them, we keep them warm, feed them, and then in the springtime they get released back into the wild.
Oh, bless them. What do you feed the underweight hedgehogs? Like, what is their diet?
So they eat invertebrates, that's their natural diet, so slugs, which is not ideal for them, worms, beetles, caterpillars, millipedes. Most of the time they're foraging for food, using their front claws to dig up the soil. So if you see a few small patches in your garden, often it could be a hedgehog just lifting the soil up to find worms. At the sanctuary, obviously we don't feed them that because it would take me ages. Often we have up to 90 hedgehogs in rehabilitation, so we don't feed them their natural food, but we give them jelly-based dog or cat food, and sometimes we give them kitten biscuits and hedgehog food. But when we receive orphaned baby hoglets, which tends to be spring, summertime, they go on a special powdered milk because hedgehogs are lactose intolerant, so they can't drink milk, so don't ever put milk out for the hedgehogs.
This might be a weird question, but can you feed them like oat milk or soy milk instead?
No, the only thing you want to give them is water. So It can be rainwater or tap water, and also for other wildlife, in case other wildlife ends up drinking it. But we feed them a puppy powder, so it's non-dairy, so it doesn't hurt them. So, and then up to about 6 weeks of age, when they're 6 weeks, they end up eating solid foods, as in pasty, jelly-based dog and cat food, something like that.
Wow, I never knew anything about hedgehogs. That's amazing. And then how long does it take for them to get reformed to be able to go?
So it depends on the time of the year what's wrong with them. So right now we're coming up, so next week's going to be quite cold. So it's about now where hedgehogs, if they haven't already, will be looked to hibernate. And then usually through the Christmas period up until February time, they'll be hibernating. Depending on the weather, if it heats up, they may come out of hibernation. So this time of the year we could have a hedgehog that's underweight for up to 3 months in rehabilitation, and what we do is we make sure they don't hibernate because they're underweight, generally under 450 grams. An ideal weight to hibernate is about 600 grams, something like that. And we have volunteers, about 45 volunteers that are hedgehog foster carers in the local area, and then they look after the hedgehogs for us. So they will take on a hedgehog which is healthy, just underweight, and they'll look after it over the winter period, and then it's released back into the wild in the spring. But other times of the year, it could be anywhere from a week, 3 weeks. Sometimes when we receive hedgehogs that have injuries, like leg injuries, obviously that's a bit longer. And on the rare occasion, we do receive hedgehogs that have had trauma to the head or something like that, and they'll end up becoming blind, or they come to us blind, and we can't release those back into the wild. So at the sanctuary, we're based in Harpenden, we have 8 disabled wild hedgehog gardens. They have their own garden each, basically, with a little pond, a hedgehog house, and a feeding station in them.
Oh, that's really beautiful. And if anyone wants to get involved in the charity, how can they?
So if you go to our website, it's just called Hornbeam Wood, the website. On there's a place section called volunteering, and we have a few forms depending on how you want to volunteer. You could be a hedgehog fosterer, or you could help us at stalls, or you can come and help clean out the hedgehogs, which is a bit of a messy job. But we also do educational talks for children's groups, Beavers, Cub Scouts, Rainbows, and also go to schools, and sometimes the schools come and visit the sanctuary, so can people help there as well. We do require help sometimes for rescuing hedgehogs, going out and physically driving out to a hedgehog which needs rescuing, and then driving it back to the sanctuary or to a local vet. So all the local vets in Harpenden and Redbourne help us out as well. But yeah, there's lots of opportunities on there, and at the moment I'm actually looking for, believe it or not, nothing to really do with rescuing, is for anyone who's interested in YouTube, social media, to give me a hand. If you're interested in YouTube, I could do with a hand with some videos, editing, things like that.
Amazing. There you go. All the TikTokers of Harpenden, please get involved.
Yep.
And that was the Hornbeam Hedgehog Sanctuary. If anyone wants to get involved, please do. Amazing work that you've been doing. Thank you so much.
Thanks very much.
And going on to next is going to be Singrid.